The views and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views of the management and staff of Guardian Radio.
Back to Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, your station for fresh news, smart talk all day. It is Thursday, the 12th of March, 2026, and you are on the clock with Erin, Greene. We've got a full show today. In fact, this morning I had a show themed out, How Do You Christian? Right? I wanted to ask people some serious questions about their relationship with faith, with Christianity, and sort of critical questions about our broader national relationship with Christianity. And then I saw today's newspapers and I thought, well, at first it seems like it's off theme, but interrogating some of these stories today may also be an interrogation of our relationship with the Christian church. So I'm going to start by throwing those questions, the first set of questions, out to the audience. If it takes your interest, we will talk about it. If not, we will delve into the headlines. So the first thing I wanted to ask was, how do you Christian? What type of Christian are you? Are you a take any and every opportunity to talk about Christ, Christianity, and or your faith Christian? Are you a Stations of the Cross everyday Christian? Are you a fast and pray during Lenten? Are you a must read the obituaries every Thursday Christian? Are you a birthdays, anniversaries, and holiday services Christian? Are you a church beach? Are you a don't commit crimes during Lent and other holy days and seasons Christian? Or are you a I run red lights and stop signs because I only answer to God Christian? Here are some other questions. Do you believe the Bahamas is a Christian nation? Is Christian nation something you are or something you do? How do citizens of other faiths feel being invisibilized while Christianity is used by some to gain political and social credit? Would tourism survive if we restricted alcohol sales on Sundays? Is it fair to allow tourists to consume alcohol on Sundays but restrict Bahamians and residents? Is the government responsible for maintaining the sanctity and tenets of the Christian church? Can the Bahamas afford mega churches? How do Bahamians really feel about prosperity theology? What can religious tourism look like in the Bahamas. I got a caller on the line right away. Good morning, caller. Good morning. How are you?
Hey, great show as usual, Miss Greene. How you doing?
I'm good, thank you.
Right, you forgot to mention the work in progress, Christian.
There you go. I am a work in progress Christian.
I think you're a work in progress, Christian. You know why you know that, right?
Uh-huh.
Because when I call the show sometimes, boys will increase me so bad. but the Christianity in you just step in and say, no, let me just let this slide because he's from Fox Hill.
I got you. I love it.
I the work in progress, Christian, do you know?
Okay.
I can give you a prime example, right? I was coming around the roundabout again on JFK, right? When you're coming down towards the 6-leg roundabout, right? This car in the inner lane cut straight across my car, right? Stop the car. Then he look at me funny, like I doing something wrong. Then he go and cut back in the inner lane to go back round the roundabout to go JFK, right? That make any form of sense to you? So when he cut across my car, right?
Yeah.
Set out work in progress, right? I halfway stick up my middle finger.
Listen, so sometimes we feel like we have the right of way in instances where we don't. And that's not where the offense takes place, right? The thing is, like, if you see that there's an issue, right? Like, if you see there's a miscommunication, wouldn't you begin to slow down and moderate your driving to ensure we don't have an accident?
But I think it's like difficult to be a Christian. I actually, right? I think God, this is only my theory now, God can have to judge all Bahamians on a curve on Judgment Day because of how we drive.
Well, see, this is...
If God, guess what? If God come anytime, right, while you're on the road, everyone will help.
I could be honest with you, probably. Because here's why, right? Here's why. We have, unfortunately, it appears as if the majority of drivers, right, have misinterpreted the laws pertaining to driving. Thank you very much, caller. So the majority of people are just doing the wrong thing all the time on the road. No turn signals, not changing lanes properly. In fact, you know what's one of the biggest things that Bahamians do that is an offense? But if you try to tell them that, they will punch you, kick you. They try to kick you with their car. You notice, like, say, if you're trying to enter Shirley Street, because Shirley Street is a one-way street, 2 lanes heading in the same direction. If you're on the south side of the road turning onto Shirley Street, you were supposed to turn into the lane closest to you. Right? When you're entering Shirley Street from any side corner, you're supposed to turn onto the lane closest to you. That's like one of the most basic tenets of driving. But you observe, right, what's going on around you. So you trying to drive properly, but you insisting on following the rules is likely to cause an accident, eh? Imagine that. The drivers who are trying to adhere to the traffic controls are creating an environment where an accident is likely to happen because the majority of drivers are just ignoring the traffic controls. Sorry I miss y'all callers. Right, so those are the questions. Are you take any and every opportunity to talk about Christ, Christianity, and your faith Christian? Good morning, caller.
Oh, good morning, Erin. You know, we left out the web shop Christian.
Okay, see,
quiet.
but hold on, but what is the web shop Christian? See, because I don't want people to think that I am demeaning people, right? I trying to identify the spaces in which we make decisions, right? And so I would frame that as when God says faith without works is dead, right? I'm taking my faith into my own hands, Christian. That's how I would define a web shop Christian. Like, that's why I would call them a web shop Christian, because
on a Sunday morning, right? Remember we used to have no alcohol open on Sunday morning? But on a Sunday morning, I could take my offering and do whatever I want with it, right?
Yeah.
You think God happy with that?
It depends. You
say I empowered myself, eh?
You may be empowering yourself and others. Right?
I might be hurting others too, spending money that was for God's purpose.
Or,
You know what I'm saying?
well,
I got to beat around the bush.
when you say God's purpose, right? Like, I think because God's purpose is what? You have a family. God's purpose is for that family to be taken care of. Are you spending resources that should be diverted to essential needs
it
on
goes deeper.
disposable personal experiences?
It goes deeper because that money was meant by God to go to the church, maybe in the form of offering, to help their outreach to feed people in need. You see what's happening?
Mm-hmm.
So we got a bunch of ifs, but can't go in the casino. The level of discrimination in this country is insane.
Mike Graham, that's one of the discriminations that I think is positive. If you could have a positive discrimination, because if casinos export 90% of the profit, why are you putting your money in a mechanism that guarantees losses, virtually guarantees losses all the time, right? Like, it doesn't make good economic sense. Let's go to the phone line. Good morning, caller.
Yes, how you doing?
Good, thank you.
Yeah. Sorry. See Alan here.
Mm-hmm.
First, let me say good morning to my SOS. I'll explain that when I finish.
Okay.
I just want to remind you guys that it's been 2 weeks.
Oh, for but I thought I read the OPM say that there was an extension granted.
No, not for that. Not for the extension is for tomorrow for the Grand Bahama Port Authority, but it's been 2 weeks. 2 weeks for the groundbreaking that was promised by CWC for Alokaya. It's been 2 weeks and 2 days.
Oh, okay.
Remember when they did the denial? They said within 2 weeks, not longer than 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And it's
that's
2 weeks
why
and 2
on
days.
Monday, on Monday when the Prime Minister came, that was the 2 weeks. I thought that was going to be part of the announcement.
And the activities taking place.
Right. But
Okay.
just for on the Christian thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
I do believe in the prosperity gospel when you look at it in context, right?
Okay.
The problem is that, when you go to blind doctors to do heart surgeries, you end up with the type of results that you have. And because, he said, right, occupy until I come. And then when you combine that with the power, with the talents, you will understand that he meant for you to occupy businesses, occupy homes, occupy those things. And so the problem is that if you don't understand how to extrapolate from the instructions, it's the same as, remember how we've been announcing we spend billions of dollars on technology, announcing tech hubs and all these other different things, and it hasn't happened.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost the same thing that where you have people who utilizes this book and don't know how to actually build empowerment. There's $60 billion sitting in Bohemian silos, untouched. Okay, and we are now in the era that allows us to extract that money for national development.
The value.
But the problem is that people don't understand the language of finance of the 21st century.
I got you.
And just an ending for those people, for the SOS, what you want to know?
Yeah, you tell me, because I was about to blow my whistle.
Yeah, those are the people who say I think I know too much, or those who say advocate for people, for good governance, like I advocated for minutes, like I advocated for Brave and I say you have to go because you couldn't deliver on what we agreed on.
Uh-huh.
So for those people who say I know too much, and there's a crew of them, and when you say 50 things there's millions of things to know in the world. I know 50, and I speak on those 50 that I know, and you don't know 50. If they even know the name of 51 sports team, they'll know more than me.
See, Alan, you're throwing too much shade. I got to go. I had to blow the whistle. It was so much shade just now. I appreciate what you're saying. But, the Prime Minister said, whenever you feel unsafe, blow the whistle. I was blowing it for him. I felt unsafe for him. And so if you want to continue answering those questions, please feel free to call in, and we're going to switch to that. I want to touch on some of the headlines this morning. I did not expect them to be what they are. In particular, this story, we'll start with this one. Teen recants allegations against Marine in child sex case. The trial of a Royal Bahamas Defense Force Marine accused of having an illicit sexual relationship with a child took a surprising twist when his accuser recanted her allegations on Wednesday. The 16-year-old was recalled to the witness stand at the request of defense lawyer Alex Dorset and questioned by the accused. Van Miller about her previous allegations that they had had sex daily from 2021 to 2023. He asked, quote, this is very strong language, people, quote, did I ever put my penis, your vagina, close quotes. The witness replied, quote, no, close quotes. The questioning goes on. I'm sure you guys heard it, but do me a favor, pick up today's Nassau Guardian, because I'm going to slide over those quotes. Miller asked, quote, did I ever touch you in a sexual way, close quotes. The witness replied, quote, no, close quotes. Miller asked, quote, why did you tell the officers that I did, question mark, close quotes. The witness responded, quote, I felt pressured. They weren't believing me when I said that nothing happened. I wanted to get them off my back, close quotes. The prosecutor, Assistant Director of Public Prosecutions, Basil Cumberbatch, did not have any questions for the witness, neither did the jury. Justice Neil Braithwaite asked the witness if she was pressured during a confrontation between herself and Miller at the Criminal Investigation Department when she said she was telling the truth because the truth would come out in court. She said that she was. Again, the justice asked the witness if she was pressured during a confrontation between herself and Miller at the Criminal Investigation Department when she said she was telling the truth because the truth would come out in court. She said that she was. Prosecutors alleged that Miller met the teen on Instagram after she finished 6th grade. They allegedly began a sexual relationship in 2021 that continued up to 2023. The alleged relationship came to light after Miller allegedly picked up the girl while her mother was out. When Miller took her back home, her mother was there, prompting Miller to drive off. The mother followed the car and called the police, who stopped Miller's car near C.I. Gibson's school. Okay, a couple of questions. First of all, you see the part here where we read where the justice asked the witness if she was pressured during a confrontation between herself and Miller at CID. Why are y'all still doing that? If the accused has an opportunity to question, to face the accuser in court, why are police officers still operating, and it's the term that they use, confrontations, where the accused and the accuser are brought together in a room? Why? See, none of this makes any sense. Why? And did the questioning continue? Because from the moment that the justice asked her if she felt pressured during the confrontation, are there not just a plethora of questions that arise? And perhaps it's not covered in this story, but when the young lady said, no, I was pressured to say something happened, nothing actually happened, did anybody ask, well, what were you doing in his car on that occasion? What was the purpose? What was the purpose of this outing? What was the nature of the relationship that you did if it was not of a sexual nature? See, these questions are prompted for me because I had these two stories prompt for yesterday's show. Marine statutory rape asked to speak to victim's mom, and that's I think that's Nassau Tribune. And teen tells court of daily sex with RBDF Marine, 5th of March, Nassau Guardian. We're going to read from the Tribune article first, but let's go to the phone line. Good morning, caller.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, it is about being a Christian, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have Christians that are willing to become crusaders against another religion, you know, to save people Jews who don't believe in Christianity, who don't believe in Jesus Christ.
Mm-hmm.
That's what being a Christian is, you know, believing in Jesus Christ. Do you understand what I'm saying? That's like, to me, it's like unfathomable, you know, and to people who says that C. Allen knows everything, believe he knows everything, And the C. Allen who thinks he knows everything about 50 topics. I would tell now he don't know anything about no one topic he seems to think he knows.
Too much shade. It's unnecessary. Y'all know the thing they say, a jack of all trades, right? A master of none. You know, it goes on to say, but a jack of all trades, right? But a jack of all trades is still a master of, what is still, a jack of all trades is still better than a master of one? Like, we've only been force-fed the first half of most of these sayings, you know. Like, the blood is thicker than water. We think it means that the family relationship should be or is stronger than a friend, fraternal or a friend relationship. That's not what it means. It actually means the blood of the covenant made between, like, strangers to become friends. The blood of the covenant is stronger than the water of the womb. Right? So we're not throwing shade at each other in that way, especially since I really appreciated what you said. And I can frame it this way. Are you a crusader for Christianity versus instead of a crusader for Christians, Christian? Is that how you Christian? And so I appreciated that because I was thinking about that, but I didn't know how to phrase it. Like, you crusade to defend the religion, but you don't really crusade to defend people who you say supposed to be, are inherently a part of the religion. Like, we defend against abortion, but we don't check for the people who need them or think they need them or want them. Let's go to the phone line, producer. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Erin. How are you doing?
Hi, good, thank you.
What's your topic for today?
Okay, so I said, how do you Christian? But these headlines, we got to delve into them. So I'm moving between the two.
Okay, let me see if I can give you my definition of a Christian.
Mm-hmm.
See, my name is a Christian name.
Mm-hmm.
I got 4 names. In the Bahamas, they call me Superstar JJ. China, Master JJ. England, Lord JJ. And America, Bing Bing JJ.
Mm-hmm.
My African name is Kurum Bombay. Erin, the Bahamas, we build of Christian values. We are not a Christian nation. We are a church-going nation.
Mm-hmm.
Erin, have you ever been to any government ministries and try to get things done?
Mm-hmm.
And see all the lies and all the things they be doing, telling the taxpayers.
Mm-hmm.
If I had my way, when I'd send 10,000 of them home, you know, but who they call but Erin, we need to fix this country, you know.
Mm-hmm.
We need to fix this country. Christian values is how you treat people. Jesus healed the sick, feed the hungry and stuff. Our politicians don't do that to the people.
Yeah.
All they're doing is taxing us. Erin, remember, I keep telling you, there's a reason why they're ambassador here, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You see, behind the scenes, they talking to the prime minister and being man of them, you know. They're already backtracking. You don't see they march up with the tower, underpaying them Cuban doctors and doing all kind of foolishness.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the same thing they do in the Bahamas. You send your children away to universities and colleges. They get master's degrees, bachelor's and doctor's degrees, somebody overqualified. What kind of nonsense is that, Erin?
I hear you.
80% of these people here even in our house to somebody right now. They shouldn't be paid. Simon Wilson used to resign. Michael Akins resigned. Not paying these politicians. They're supposed to declare their wife and all. Erin, listen, man. Erin, this country is not functioning.
Because here's my thing. Thank you very much. If a financial secretary is responsible, right, for signing off on the disbursement of, if a financial secretary is responsible for signing off on disbursements for responsibility allowances, should that financial secretary also be receiving a responsibility allowance? Let's go to the phone line. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Miss Greene. How you do this morning?
I am good, thank you.
Listen to me.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want a #1 program, the best program for the year? Invite C. Allen Johnson onto your show.
Okay.
For an hour.
Okay.
But until then, let me ask him a question.
Okay, but no shade.
He's listening.
No shade.
No shade.
Okay.
I want to know if he have ever won anything that he ever participated in, whether it's local government, whether it's to run an organization, if he ever won anything. And he can even call back and say if he ever won anything.
Send me a text, Alan. Send me a text.
Yeah, if he ever won anything.
Okay.
Anything, if he ever won anything. Local government, anything he ever took part in. Even back in school and track and field or something, anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I feel like you plant the seed for the tree that will provide the shade in the future. That's how I feel, Uncle. But we good. We good today. Y'all, we can't be throwing shade at each other in a show where we talking about our relationship with the Christian faith, hey? Let's be easy with each other, man. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Erin.
Good morning.
To you. Aaron, I don't know what's going on, why they're trying to attack the messenger. See, Alan, if you have a million different issues in the world, and the young man decides to research 10 and become good at the 10, how is that you knowing everything in the world?
Exactly.
I mean, some people, everybody have a smartphone. They can do exactly what people do who want to have an intelligent discourse. They research. But before they, if and I always say this, Erin, if I say something, or just see Alan say something that you don't understand, rather than picking up the phone and calling in to attack the messenger, just take note of what the individual said and go do your own research.
Exactly.
How could you criticize something that you know nothing about?
Because there's value in everything, right? Because now that's an opportunity for you to go and learn, because he give you a starting point. See,
just do research. I try to do as much research as I can do before I come on this radio to embarrass myself, so to speak. But some people, they could care less whether they're embarrassed or not. But Erin, we have a big, high propensity in the Bahamas for child sex.
Hold on, you said child sex?
Child sex.
Having sex with children, minors, and from 16, because there are like three different categories, right? We use the term pedophilia as a catch-all, but pedophilia is just one is one category of prepubescent. Then you get the children from they enter puberty until they hit about 14, 15. That's another category. And then there's so there are three from prepubescent up. But I feel you. We have it's almost like we have a culture.
Yes. Because, I've been a child advocate now for 23 years. We have gotten very little, if any, results done. And it seems to me, I am convinced, that the system that we come out under, or that exists today, with past and present, it seems as if that they have a high tolerance level for this type of behavior. Because, as children are getting hurt. The numbers are going up every year. Social services have been reported, and it's been receiving numbers like 500, almost 500 per year on various reports of child abuse. When you look at the numbers and how it works, for every one that goes reported, at least 3 goes unreported.
Yeah.
So you see the level of what we are dealing with here. But for whatever reason, successive administrations over the years, they seem to drag their feet to address this very vexing and disturbing issue. But for whatever, I'm convinced. Yeah, I'm convinced, Erin, that this child sex thing, it's big business in the Bahamas, and it's just unbelievable what is going on with our kids. But we'll see what happens.
Listen, producer, please take the number, or can you find me on Facebook and inbox me a number? Show, right? It's time we do a show. I got more callers. Callers are coming to you. Give me 3 seconds. Coming to you right now. Here's an example. And when Mr. Duncombe says the state doesn't seem to be paying attention to it, and that's how I interpreted his words. You all ever sat at the East Street South 4-way intersection by the police station and the school and the clinic right there, any afternoon, and watch the massive numbers of cars that just run the red light on every cycle, right? The cars who turn left on red, even though you're not authorized to turn left on red there, right in front of the police station. And the police don't seem to be paying attention to it. And I wonder if they're paying attention to anything in that area during school time, right? Are they paying attention to the predators who are trolling, who are scoping, who are looking for vulnerable young people to take advantage of? I'm not sure. And then when you see all the fights, producer, let's prep the next caller. When you see all the fights online that are popping up now, where are the school resource officers? The young people, their brains are still developing. We don't expect them to have sense. We start off with the expectation that they don't have sense. And our role is to guide and protect them. Where are the school resource officers? Good morning, caller. Good morning, caller. You there? Good morning, caller. Good morning, caller.
Yes, good morning.
Morning again. How you do?
I'm all right. Miss Greene, I am a socialist, right?
Mm-hmm.
When people who are capitalists come on this radio, I would always question them, and I have questions for them. See, I'm a below average Bahamian, you know. The people who only advocate for average Bahamian, I'm a below average Bahamian. You understand what I'm saying? Economically, my you know what I'm saying, my worth, monetarily, I'm below average. These people who I advocate for. When people say they are capitalists, you understand me? They believe in privatization. Mm-hmm. You understand me? And what I'm saying, and they come on the radio, right, and advocate for capitalism. And what is my job? They say my vote, my one vote. I shouldn't speak because I don't vote. I don't intend to vote. And then word sound is power, not words written, That's why they on this radio, because of the power of their word sound. Mm-hmm. So why I can't have a word sound because I disagree with somebody who the contributors or
No. Hold on. Why you upset?
I'm upset because I never have an opportunity to have a voice.
Bro, Uncle. Not on this radio show. You get all the time in the world to talk.
No, man. It's never only one radio show on this station. I have any other station.
Uncle.
It's the one that come on Saturday.
I had four callers on the board, and I lost them because I was entertaining what you were saying, and I only cut you when you start throwing shade at C. Allen Johnson. Come on, man.
See, what I say about C. Allen Johnson applies to everybody,
Okay, but don't use.
I disagree with,
Okay, but don't use his name if you're making a broad statement, because you notice how after you made the statement, I even got texts I haven't read yet.
But remember, he was throwing shade. He was talking about the else who disagreeing with him.
Oh, but look how he did it. He was so sad. See? Okay. I'm so glad that I actually had this theme today, right? Here's a Christian tenet that I think we should talk about more, which is, once we have touched hands, we are now community, and we must change the way we interact with each other, we talk to each other, and we talk about each other, right? That's like a Christian tenet. As far as I know, that's what I grew up with. That's what summer camp bring me. See, because this is another descriptor I had. Are you everything I really needed to know I learned in Sunday school Christian? Good morning, caller.
Can I criticize my...
No, we good. See, Alan, unfortunately, we gotta, right? Because the people took, it just went too far. So I gotta do the thing as the moderator and shut it down so as to preserve our relationship, our broader relationship, right? That's all.
Are you familiar with autodidactic polymaths?
No, I can be honest with you.
Okay, let me spell it for you. AUTO.
No, I know the word. I'm saying, explain it.
Autodidactic is an individual that is in love with learning.
Yeah.
Right? And masters multiple disciplines. There's an actual definition of them in any psychological book and whatever. It has an obsession. Like how some people say they smoke or they drink or they use drugs or they have a particular profession or whatever. So an autodidactic.
You got a data to banker.
They have an obsession with learning. And a polymath means multidiscipline. I have been clinically diagnosed with that. But just say this, are you familiar? Do you know that a lot of the technology today was birthed in the early 80s?
Yeah.
IBM first computer in 1981, the Internet on January 1st of 1983, the World Wide Web on 1992, and the Wi-Fi Alliance of 1999.
Yeah, I had an Apple IIe computer in the late 80s.
Right, but let me see something. All of those things, right? I was in the room when those things happened. I'm sorry for that.
Look here, what type of legend that is? Come on. Johnny Cake, we can write a song about it. Johnny Cake, we need to write a song about it. Let's go to the next caller, and then we got to go to a break. Right, producer? No, Matsy Allen, I've taken that seriously, right? It sounds outrageous, but it doesn't mean it's not true, right? It doesn't mean it's not true. Good morning, caller.
Yes, good morning, Miss Greene.
Good morning.
Yeah, the thing is about an out of the dark, right? Is that, if they're somewhat self-taught, so the mind will never caught. As it relates to Christianity or Christian, some of the stories are stolen from Martin Luther Christian and the Epic of Gilgamesh. Now, I'm a reader from a child, so my mind never goes wild and so. But here's what's becoming extinct: critical thinking. And so when we attack one another, it bothers me because what I'm saying is, it seems to me as if most of the callers and most people in the world are satisfied with just being quiet, conform, obey, and consume. Conform, obey, conform, obey, and consume, and just etc. Just keep going. That's what we're satisfied with, Erin. That's all I'm hearing. We don't want to hear from critical thinking or order didactical, polymatic, whatever. Thanks,
yeah, but 52, it's easier. You know the pressure they have us under. And you can't see they tightening the screw, trying to pressurize the environment even more. So I appreciate what you're saying as true. I also appreciate that not everybody has the time, the space, the capacity, right? People are stressed out, not just trying to make it work, trying to figure it out. Imagine you have a plan, you still have to achieve the plan, right? Some people don't even have a plan, right? And so, what type of Christian are you? Are you I hold space for others Christian? Or are you I got to focus on my own journey to Christ Christian? You guys, we got to go to a break. When we get back from the break, more headlines. Election, quote, within next few weeks. Monroe rejects minister's claim that unexplained increases in MP's wealth goes unchecked. You guys, stay tuned. Don't turn that dial. We'll be right back.
Wait, you know what's going down tomorrow?
Nobody, what happening?
Joe bringing these knives to school. He could do Junior in.
For what?
Wait, he fooled with Joe girl.
Mother sick. And Junior don't back down for nothing. So that means you got a big fight tomorrow.
So whose side you on?
Side? I trying to stay in school, not Simpson Pen. We gotta tell somebody about this fight.
Tell somebody? I ain't no snitch. I mean cool, you know.
Wait, if you so cool, then you need to stay in school and stay out of the fight.
Yeah, but if I don't hang on Joe's side, how many boys coming for me next?
Alright, so we definitely gotta tell somebody. We gotta prevent the fight.
What I say, I don't want nobody call me snitch.
We could just call Crime Stoppers. You could report what you know, and nobody gotta know it's you.
So how do I avoid?
All you gotta do is call them, or you text them through the Crack Crime Bahamas app, and nobody can know it's you.
Then the police come looking for me for more info, and when they finish with them, Joe them coming looking for me?
When you call Crime Stoppers, the call go directly to Miami, and they don't ask nothing about you. Then you can get the pen from them, and they can claim a reward later using that same pen.
Plus, everything's scrambled, so nobody can read what you're saying.
Call 328-8477 from now or 242-300-8477 from the Family Islands.
You try to rest, roll with the best. For all your printing needs, there ain't no one better, no. For posters and binders, magazines and flyers, for window decals, greeting cards and newsletters. No job too big and there's no job too small. You name it, we can print it. Just give us a call. Let Print Masters bring your masterpiece to life.
Located in the Nassau Guardian Building, telephone 302-2361.
Love the show? Want to give your support? Become a sponsor today. Call 302-2300 for our rates and packages. That's 302-2300. Become a sponsor on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
The following is a paid political message.
for justice, find it here. You're looking for truth, find it here. Vote for MacGyver, she's here for you. See everybody in Kalani, change is here, hands in the air. See everybody in Kalani, vote for MacGyver, she is a fighter.
That was a paid political message.
Struggling to find your financial rhythm? Make that move to Fidelity and let us help you orchestrate your financial goals into perfect harmony with free financial coaching sessions. Make that move today. Call 356-7764.
Fidelity, we're good for you.
We are a people who will have celebration in the midst of preparation on our way to manifestation. Here comes the praise team with their celebration medley.
Are you ready for a party? Let me hear you shout. I can't hear you. Woo! Somebody shout. Hey! Woo! Come on, I need some dancers in the room. Come on. Say oh. Everybody.
Good morning. Welcome back to On the Clock with Erin Greene. You all hear that right there? That's kinetic energy, man. That's kinetic energy. See, like one of the first callers say, you know, he thinks that I'm a work in progress Christian. Probably. That's right where I am. You see, me, I defend people's faith. Right, your right to believe, because Sir Randall got it right. It's the faith that moved the mountain, right? And so, Erin, producer, thank you so much. That energy right there must be harnessed for good and not for evil. I talk about the energy in the song. At the beginning, at the opening of the worship and praise session, that energy right there is precious. And it's precious to God. Right? That's the life force. That's people's life force, their faith. I don't like to see people using other people's faith. Like, I think that's a horrible, horrible thing to do to people. Anyway, I got text and I got to touch these two headlines. Caller, I see you. We're going to start with you. You got 30 seconds. Caller, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Good, my lady. You doing all right?
Yes, I'm good, thank you.
Good. The gentleman called. One thing, he humble now and he respectful.
Mm-hmm.
Say, Miss Greene, listen to me. Okay?
Mm-hmm,
I don't know him and he don't know me, but he humble.
Yes.
And he respectful.
Yes.
Now, he said that Carl Johnson and Lad Johnson tell you what position he ever holds in politics. I say politics. Well, I'm going to remind him that Moss from Freeport, Christie fired him. You remember that, Miss Lady? And after Christie fired him, he performed a party.
Yes.
And C. Allen was deputy to him.
Uh-huh. Okay,
and that's
yes.
a position.
All right, yes. That is.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you.
I can go up now.
Yes, sir. Thank you very, very much.
And thank you for thanking me.
Yes, sir. Have a wonderful day.
And you and your family have a blessed
yes, sir.
day too.
We still celebrating Lila Greene's birthday.
Okay.
Thank you so much. All right. Okay, so you see that? You see that? Okay. These headlines. Monroe rejects minister's claim that unexplained increases in MP's wealth goes unchecked. National Security Minister Wayne Monroe yesterday rejected claims that unexplained increases in politicians' wealth are not being investigated, insisting that authorities already have powers to examine financial activity, including bank accounts without a person's knowledge. However, an anti-corruption advocate warned that if any such probes are happening, the public cannot see them and that secrecy itself fuels doubt. Okay, see, the process requires it to be gazetted. If the information is not gazetted, right? If it's not gazetted, then how does an agency tasked with investigations of that nature have access to it to determine whether an investigation is required? Plus, the rules say publish it, make it available to the public. So anybody who is concerned with what they see can begin an inquiry. I don't like this so much that we may have to talk about it tomorrow. Let's go to the phone line quickly. Good morning, caller.
Okay, I think that I want to talk about homelessness. I think that's one of the things that disturbs me the most, and children playing with no trees and natural surroundings. But let's talk about homelessness. And I found something that Prince William is heading, and it's called Homeward. And they've made a 5-year commitment for 6 Homeward locations for 5 years, putting them on a path to ending homelessness in their areas.
And that's Prince Edward?
And this is Prince William.
Prince William, okay.
And so in the UK had over 320,000 households in the UK faced homelessness, which is incredible. And they're thinking of it as from problem to prevention. And I think it would be a wonderful thing if we would stop passing these homeless people and that we would begin to think about prevention as well. And maybe send a group or contact the Homewards organization in the UK. They're starting with zones. So we could imagine taking one zone and seeing how they have come together to handle this homelessness problem. But we can't continue to watch the numbers grow and say we believe in Jesus. There's a disconnect there.
I got you.
There really is.
I got you.
Okay, thank you.
No, absolutely. Absolutely. I am so I'm glad you made that connection in that way, right? Because are you once I get in my bed, I don't think about other people and if they have some place to sleep, Christian. I think it's very important. Producer, let's prep the caller. Let me start reading these texts, though. They've been waiting for a minute. Here's a text. So did the young lady give a false report to the police? That is a serious crime. They should prosecute her to the fullest degree of the law. And I say that in light of not believing her recanting. But if she wants to save the man and crucify herself, I say let her. No, like... If I could put this text in a bag labeled no and then just cinch it up and put it in a fire called no, and then take the ashes and put it in a compost heap called no, that's what I would do. I just think no, it's the wrong approach to the entire matter, but I appreciate you contributing. Okay, it says, if C. Allen no more than the people who criticize him, what does that make them? Good morning, Erin. Every day I live with the belief that Jesus Christ himself will judge each human being individually one day. Those who have his Holy Spirit dwelling in them will have automatic peace. Those who never heard the gospel or never accepted Jesus as Son of God, he will judge them by their conscience and works. Many will be shown mercy. Great topic. Thank you, Texter. I really appreciate that. Sorry I didn't read it earlier in the show. Good morning, caller. Thank you for your patience. Okay, can't hear nothing. I don't know, maybe something up with, if you can't get through on 323-6232, remember you can call on 325-4316 and 325-4259. Family Island, 242-300-5720 is toll free. Here's another text. Good day, Erin. Religion is man-made. We are a Christian nation built on regenerated lies. The day you're born, you get put in whatever religion your grandparents or parents follow. If you was born in Asia, you would have been a Buddhist. If you were born in the Middle East, you would be Muslim. Make it make sense. Who is right or wrong? I believe in the Creator. Another text, and thank you very much. Good morning, Erin in Bahamas. Market Street and Robinson Road needs to be monitored by the police and road traffic officials because traffic turning east is not flowing properly because traffic turning west is also occupying that lane, impeding the movement. I want to be honest with you. I don't even use that intersection anymore. It's pure madness. See, I was talking about how, like, when we talk about how hard it is to be a Christian in a secular world, you know how hard it is to be a law-abiding driver on the roads in New Providence? I mean, it's not that hard. It's the fear of people retaliating with their bad attitudes because they cannot process their shame, because they have poor emotional regulation, because they're just ashamed of being called out. They're ashamed of being 65 and people calling out that they don't know what's the right thing to do in this moment. Like, that's what it is, right? So you want to handle them with, like, Christian grace, but then you also want to remind them that it's not my place to put on kid gloves to tell you drive in a manner that doesn't risk other people's lives in a country where we don't know what's happening at PMH. See, like, are you the type of Christian that stops at red lights and stop signs because you understand the risk to someone's life and quality of life is just too high? Just too high to be using the roadways to work out our personal emotional dysfunction. Like, these are the basic things. When I was a children, the thought of being caught out on things like this rendered shame, because these are basic things. Anyway, let's go back to the text line. Lady Greene, we were taught in our early life how to deal with constructive criticism that we encounter in life. Also, how to address circumstances without anger. We live in a real world and knowledge is king. Think on these things. Selah, from the mayor of Grand Bahama. Amen. There's another text. Erin, I agree with Minutes 100%, even though we are still paying parents for the pandemic, family dropping like flies. All should be investigated because there's no way you go from 50,000 to a couple million in 5 years without a trace. The texter says obviously corruption is involved. I'm going to say it's not unreasonable to suspect and to inquire. Like I said, you want to be rich, become a politician. That's the texter. Here's another text. I like my crucifixion solution. Submitting a false report to police is a serious crime. I'm going to say to you, texter, and to the transhumanists, like them people at the WEF who be saying things like, there are too many humans on the planet. We have to get rid of some of them. Start with yourself. Remember the little video with the little girl in the back seat of the car, and the daddy is trying to make sure she's in the car seat properly, and the little girl say, Daddy, focus on yourself. If you think that crucifixions are necessary, start with yourself. Thank you, producer. If y'all see this text the person sent me just now, texter, I'm not going to read it. Normally I do. Yes, texter, the other texter said I must crucify myself. Yes. If you think that crucifixion is the appropriate sentence, punishment, for the child in this circumstance we've been talking about this morning, I suggest you start with yourself. We shall honor your faith. You guys, have a great day. And hear what the song say? When you're having a moment of trouble, trepidation, uncertainty, look toward your faith. See what your Lord has done for you and hold firm. You guys have a great day. Thank you for this conversation. We will continue it. Tomorrow, On the Clock brings you more. But right now, C.A. Nurian, Guardian Radio AM, is up next.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, streaming on GuardianTalkRadio.com